Franklin Roosevelt once said, "In politics, nothing happens by accident. If it happened, you bet it was planned that way." And I'd say the same in life, especially in the lives of high-performance individuals. Individuals who achieve almost superhuman levels of excellence and enjoy the type of success that most of us only dream of. But we don't just need to dream. We all can accomplish incredible things if we create clear goals and develop the right strategies to achieve them, and create a mindset that helps us act on them consistently. What I'm saying is there's no mystery as to why some go on to achieve so much more than others. High-performance individuals plan their life so that it happens that way. They don't believe in luck. They don't believe in accidents. They believe in understanding the science of success and then recreating it consistently in their own lives. Today, I'm going to share some of those secrets with you. 3 keys to success that I've learned along the way. 3 things that have revolutionized my life and can revolutionize yours too. To understand why I'm so interested in living a high-performance lifestyle and why I'm so excited to be here talking to you today, we have to go back to the beginning, back to an upper-class area of North Vancouver, where a quiet and shy middle-class boy looked out at the world around him and wanted more. Quiet, shy people are often introspective, and they have plenty of time to think. And that's exactly what I did. As I looked around at everything that the world had to offer, I daydreamed about what it would be like to lead such a luxurious life. And it was there and then, at a young age, that the seeds of aspiration to make something of myself, to be somebody, to be like them, were sown. I believed that I could just be like them if I studied hard and worked smart and made sacrifices along the way. And I wasn't wrong. Little did I know at the age that it wasn't about the end goal, but the person you become in pursuit of those things. My journey to this point has been, as you might expect, pretty eventful. And I've had plenty of jobs. The first was working at an amusement park, which was, well, amusing, but not exactly inspiring. Then I went on into high school and I was a bank teller. After I pushed on through university, I managed a convenience store, which was anything but convenient to my dreams. But still, I learned some important lessons, and I've always believed that everything happens for a reason. It was while juggling study and work that I learned my first lessons in responsibility, sacrifice, and consistency. They were crucial lessons that would later serve me well. After graduating in marketing from the University of British Columbia, I landed a top marketing job with Apple, with the salary to finally afford one of those beautiful homes in Vancouver. Well, not exactly. In reality, I ended up working for the Canada Revenue Agency in audit and collections. What I really needed to audit was asking myself, was I truly living the life I wanted there? After a few long years at the agency, I decided to follow my heart and try something more social, something where I would have more contact with people, where they would not turn the other way when I introduced myself as working in the collections department, and something in which I knew I would truly enjoy. And so I went into real estate, and I loved it. Not only because real estate was a passion of mine, ever since I helped my dad with his real estate business when I was younger, but also because of the flexibility and the people that I met there. I began moving in new personal and professional circles and met individuals who enjoyed ways of thinking and lifestyles that I never even considered. They were truly inspirational, not just because of what they said, but because of what they did. And they had the results to prove what it was that they were doing was working. I realized soon after I met them that if I could somehow replicate their approach, I would achieve my dreams just like they were achieving theirs. I started to meet with them every day, early in the morning at the gym. They called themselves the 5 o'clock club, which differed from the other group I met with, which they called themselves the 5 o'clock happy hour club. Now, is 5 a.m. in the gym too early? To most, maybe not. To the new club I was a part of, it was a way of life. They were a bunch of high-performing individuals, and I was determined to become one of them. Okay, so now let's talk about how by doing 3 key things, you too can become a member of the 5 o'clock club and begin creating a future most people only ever dream of because, well, they're too busy sleeping. Number 1, discipline. Be an early riser. I started out in the 5 o'clock club. Now I've graduated to the 4 o'clock club. I know. If I carry on like this, I'll be waking up before I've even gone to bed. But seriously, deciding to wake up early is one of the best decisions I've ever made. A good start to the day is half the battle won. In time, it'll not be as much of a struggle as it is something you'll look forward to. The key to waking up early is to get organized for tomorrow, today. I make sure I have everything ready for the gym. I put my phone in a different room with the alarm set. I have my lights automatically turned on when the alarm goes off. And trust me, put your phone in another room. This is a must. I can't tell you how much easier the battle to avoid the snooze button is once you are already up compared to it being by your side. And don't make getting back in bed a habit. You will regret it if you do. I've not regretted waking up early opposed to going back to bed, in which sleeping in did not make my day more productive. I make it harder for myself to go back to sleep than it is to get up. And I have everything prepared, so there's no wasted time, no excuses in the morning. And I know, it may sound like a complete overkill, but trust me, it makes a difference, especially in combination. Then, when I wake up early in the morning, after that coffee and a workout, I can focus on my goals right away, rather than getting sidelined by things I should have done yesterday. And when you wake up early in the morning, you get this sense of calm and control early on in the day. This will help you face any challenges with clarity, focus, and a sense of well-being. Okay, so now you're up early. What do you do? And no, going back to sleep is still not the answer. We all have the same amount of hours in the day. So it's discipline and the utilization of that time that really makes the difference. And after I mastered the art of waking up early, I realized that just doing that wasn't enough. It was merely a tip of the iceberg. Getting ready for the day is one thing, but being organized throughout is another. And that's key number 2, organization. Be prepared. Successful people, whether they're peak performance athletes or other highly productive individuals, visualize their day from start to finish. Nothing significant in their lives happened by accident. There's no idle time, no time wasted, like a quality accountant. Every second is accounted for, because time has value, especially when you know what you're aiming for. And personally, I like to plan the day ahead, a day ahead. Then I follow through with completing my scheduled important tasks and activities in the day. So when I do have that downtime, I don't feel bad taking it. And like the saying goes, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. And when I'm prepared, I can make the most of my day. Okay, so now you've been disciplined in getting up early and organized to execute on all your deliverables. What could the last key be? It's consistency. And it's the most important of all. When I realized that you are what you do every day, I wanted to effectively set myself up to win each day. And that meant doing the hard things first, like not hitting that snooze button for the few precious extra minutes in the morning. They say it takes 21 days to hardwire a behavioral change. And like a computer, in your mind, it needs to upgrade its software. And like a spinning wheel saying update in progress, your mind is working circles in those 21 days to build a new norm. So if you focus for long enough on breaking bad habits and building better ones, you will create the future that you're looking for and begin really fulfilling your potential. But it needs to be a consistent effort. And that's where most people fail. Consistency is what will separate you from the pack. It's what separates those who dream of their future from those who actively create it. Consistency is key. So there you have it. 3 keys to leading a high-performance lifestyle. What you do with them is up to you. Creating good habits, high-performing habits, is what allowed me to have a life that was proactive rather than reactive, calm rather than flustered, and organized rather than, well, chaotic. I believe that once you fall in love with the process and find tactical ways to be at an advantage in your mind, the more excited you'll get to start the next day. You'll realize there's joy in being disciplined, and it's a path to achieve your desired goals. I realize that if you want a life that makes your dreams an everyday reality, you will need consistency. Without discipline, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. So be disciplined, be organized, and be consistent. The choice is yours. Thank you.